What's good, y'all? Welcome into the TraKCouts podcast, the podcast where we talk music and life with the people living it. I'm your host, Code Red. With me, as always, my dog Scorpio. What's up, bro?
What's poppin', fam?
Check it out. This is a special episode. It's been
special.
1 year since we started this mug, bro.
You've been cooking.
Yeah,
Crazy.
that's kind of crazy. I was like, this will be our 26th episode.
You've been knocking them out. No, for real.
That's crazy. It don't feel like 26. If you asked me to
don't.
name 26 guests, you think you could do it?
Not 26. I don't know.
We've been doing this since March last year. First guest was Dom Chronicles.
Yeah.
We've had a good time chopping it up with all the guests, all the people that make music that we've had on. Our people just creatives in general. You know, we've had some other, photographers, videographers on, but a year is crazy.
You're wild.
So what would you say you've learned from doing a podcast after your first year is wrapped?
I'll probably say that we all kind of have some of the same thoughts about everything that be going on. I feel like through almost every podcast, like it just be similar ideas we have behind either the scene in Kansas City or the industry as a whole. I feel like
Facts. Or like it's like producers and engineers we've had on, they'd be getting annoyed by the same shit you be getting annoyed by. They be getting turned off the same shit you be getting turned off of, and shit like that.
facts.
How do you think in the last year your perspective on working in music or the music industry has changed over the last year since you started with the podcast?
I've been a lot more like, I don't want to say, I'm a lot more secure in just doing things the way that I do it. I feel like just because people will relate to the way I say something. Like, I already knew how I felt about it, but like other people, like engineers and producers, they're like, yeah, bro, I feel that too. Or an artist might be like, yeah, that's kind of helpful, So I just a lot more confident in just me just not trying to work like somebody else or try to do something like somebody else, because it's what makes me unique as an engineer and producer and what people are looking for.
Facts.
Out of working with me, or versus what people are looking for out of working with you or another engineer.
I feel that because it's almost like once you have all these conversations with people about like how they do shit, you realize like there's no wrong way. So you become just comfortable with the way you do shit because it works, right? People fuck with you for the way you do shit.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? All right. So I was asking on social media, on Instagram, I was asking people to submit questions. What they want to know. It's just me and Scorp this week. No guests for the Annie show, for the anniversary show. We wanted to answer y'all questions. What do y'all have about studio, us, music, working with artists, whatever. Scorp, I got about 10, 15 questions here. Went through and picked some of the best, and we just gonna start hitting them. Some are good, some are funny, some are like basic, but hey,
Let's get to
let's get to it. First question: who has been the most memorable guest?
For me, I think the most memorable was probably the day we had Ashan and TC on here.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. That was the only one we've done 4 people up.
Yeah,
facts. 4 people.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I think like I've had the most fun. I always say I have the most fun with like the engineers because we can actually just talk about like nerdy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like shit, when we had Sophie on here, she was raging. That was hilarious, bro. Like the one you talking about with Sean and TC, that was fun as fuck. There's been some good episodes, man.
The joint with the one with Mab was really fire too.
Yeah.
I like the one with Mab for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like the one with Joe too, because it was like, I just like getting some new game, you know what I mean? So It's nice talking to people that have been doing this for a long time like them, for sure.
Yeah. The engineer podcast always do just feel a little bit more able to just talk the language a little bit more fast.
Right. Because like, I feel like that's how we can, there's 2 parts of what we do, right? There's like the philosophical fucking side, and then there's the technical side,
For
right?
sure.
So like with artists and other creatives, you can get into that philosophy of just like being creative. But then when we get the other engineers in here, it's like, okay, let's open up about this tech shit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Which is actually important if you're an engineer. Like that's damn near just as important as the philosophy and the creative side is
100%.
the tech side, bro. And it's like, that's really fun when we can get somebody on here that speaks that language, like you said. All right, next question. If money wasn't a factor, what would you rather be doing? I guess that means like, what other job would you do if money wasn't a factor?
I'd probably be doing this, but I guess filmmaking.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be
just
hard.
Shooting like what we was doing yesterday for my project, like just shooting films, putting together little short film ideas, like that. I would do filmmaking if I wasn't doing this. Because
Yeah.
I feel like that's still related to this, and it's that same kind of world. Yeah.
Right.
What about
It's
you?
all. I was going to touch on that. It's like it's all about like the capture of it, and then like that editing process to make it final. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
kind of similar to music with, film. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like I would probably be doing something like adjacent, like you said, but like maybe like artist management or something that I could like just do like the planning and the logistics side of, because I enjoy that part of it too.
For sure.
Just like putting the pieces together and making the plan.
Facts.
But definitely like, even though it says if money wasn't a factor, what would you rather be doing? It's like, I'll be doing this for free.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
100%.
saying? And I think like all the successful people that do this, if you ask them, like money is already not a factor.
Yeah.
Like
This is what I'm doing.
we be broke going through this because it's what we want to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's up and sometimes it's down. But I'm going to be doing it. I was doing it for free for years and years before I ever even thought of it was a job. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So
Like you see a lot of artists, they say like to do music, like a lot of the best people just do it because they love it. It's
Right.
not necessarily for like the check.
right. You even see some of the big artists and producers be like, I've never had a conversation with an artist about money.
Yeah, facts.
And it's like, and obviously they rich as fuck. So it's like, if you do it because you love it, that's the only reason you need for real. But if I wasn't doing this, I would be doing something adjacent to this. I would still be working in music somehow, I think.
sure.
Yeah. All right. How do you handle a situation where the artist might be in a creative block?
Me, like, I'll suggest something. Like if first I'll play a beat. You know what I'm saying? See if a different type of beat that's not their usual go-to type of style, I'll play that. See if they can kind of catch something from that. Or if that don't work, then I'll be like, okay, what if you rapped about this, or give them a topic or something. Other than that, I'm not finna force you to make nothing, because I have blocks and sometimes I just can't make it. You know? Like, I'll just be like, cool, we can just vibe, listen to something, get some inspiration, watch some music videos, figure out some inspiration for something else. Like if a studio session, it don't have to just be for the recording. You could just vibe, pray, get the inspiration, something like that.
Just enjoy the space. I feel that. Is that like you think from your like artist brain talking?
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Because I feel like as an engineer brain or a producer brain, sometimes I want the artist to just like, I know it's crazy because it's like all about being creative, but I kind of just want them to power through sometimes. And it's like, let's just keep working. Let's just drill it until we get it. That I don't know if that's like a unique to me, like type of like approach. Cause I feel like, I don't know, we had talked a couple weeks ago about like, I had read this quote that it was like, if you can't work, if you don't work when you don't want to, it's hard to work when you want to. So it's like, sometimes I just encourage artists to keep trying to work through it, even though it's like, they don't have it at that exact moment, because all of a sudden it might click and you still in the practice of doing it in that moment.
For
you
sure.
know what I'm saying? I feel like, do you feel like too many artists are too vibe dependent now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Like everything got to be the perfect situation. I
Right.
need this, I need that. I need all these people here. I need this weed. I need this food. all
Right.
this. Nigga, go record.
Yeah.
100%.
Like at some point you got to treat it like work. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously it's like the most creative job you can have, and you won't always have it no matter what. Just like an NBA player ain't always going to have they shot that night, but he going to go to practice and put up 100 shots before the game regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
So it's like, I feel like sometimes you got to treat it like work, and when it's time to work, you just got to work. Now, if they're like super blocked, like you said, yeah, then it's like,
For sure.
maybe we'll throw on a different type of beat, or like, we'll go get some food real quick or something. You know what I mean? Just switch the mindset for a second and come back. And now with a fresh mind, if you done ate some food and you feeling refreshed, come back with a fresh mind, and now all of a sudden you seeing clearly where you want to go with something.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
facts.
saying?
You got some more inspiration. You got some more juices for him. Facts.
Yeah. All right, this is a good one. Current artists that would survive in the pre-social media era. So let's think. I guess I want to hear like if it's like a newer artist that you think could survive in the pre-social media era.
Like that we work with or listen to general?
Nah, just in general. Like, but like an artist that's been popping like in the last 10 years.
Lil Russell.
Yeah, that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Just because the grind?
Just because the grind, like his drive with this shit is a little different. I'm trying to think of who else I think could go.
We was just talking about Samarison 2 seconds ago. I feel like she's an artist that could easily.
For sure.
Because she's so like, you can connect to her so easily, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like, so many people might find her relatable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That like her message would transcend the freaking Instagram reel.
Yeah, I was going to say, technically he's already the pre-social media era though. Like
Who?
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Because he's like, it was around when he was doing
like,
shit, but it wasn't what it is now.
He like blew up like in the blog era, but it was like not what it is now. Like you just said, like, I guess like, okay. So who's an artist that you think like popped in the last like 2 or 3 years?
2 or 3 years.
That you could see going crazy pre-social, if they was in the 90s or the early 2000s, that they would have popped still.
Mm-hmm. It's hard, bro. I feel like that's kind of a problem with music right now. A lot of these people, they wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for the social media. Has Friday been out longer than 2 years?
Probably.
I'll probably say, I want to say Friday. I think he would carry Hurricane Wisdom. I think Hurricane Wisdom would definitely make it.
Yeah.
Just because I think if we weren't talking about social media, just his sound, he's just very unique, I feel like.
Yeah.
Hurricane Wisdom could definitely. Big X. I think Big X the Plug will make it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. The first thing my mind thought of too was like, you said Kendrick. My mind was thinking J. Cole, but I'm also like what you just said. I'm like, well, they was already popping
Kinda
before that
sorta,
shit, bro. But like, I like Samarison for an answer. Like artists that are in that like introspective, I feel like would still thrive.
Mm-hmm.
It's the like, the offshoot of Lil Wayne rappers that I feel like now could not thrive back then. Does that make sense? Like the people that came out of that kind of tree of rap. Does that make sense?
Facts, I get you.
Like, I don't know. It's like their whole image, I feel like, is tied together with the social media and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the music itself wouldn't be enough to thrive back then, maybe.
On its own,
Does that make sense?
No, I get you 100%.
Yeah.
Because there's like a lot of artists I'm thinking about, like, who could I put out there? Like, I don't necessarily think 1900 Rugrat will make it like that.
Right.
If it wasn't for the internet.
Right.
Or who else can I say? Rob 49.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think their impact would have
Georgiana.
Wouldn't it if it wasn't for the internet and the nature of the internet. Because the nature of how a lot of these artists are blowing up is just they're blowing up off of little moments or quirks about whatever they saw on a specific reel.
Right.
And now, okay, they use that to keep going. Previous to the internet and social media like that, like, no, you had to have like everything going and working together. It's not just one moment.
And it's a reason why so many people blow up off social media that aren't artists, right? Social media can help people blow up from any aspect of life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like people are blowing up on there not because of their music, but just because that is like the function of social media is to create a viral moment, right? That everybody is looking at. And only I feel like 1% of the time does that moment line up with somebody whose music is actually fucking fire. You know what I mean? So like when in the old, before pre-social media era, like the music had to go before you was gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Now you can go because you did something like ridiculous and then your music just happened to be playing in the back and now you an artist. You know what I mean? That's even something you see too. People go viral and now they're artists.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that just puts you onto social media in the way that it's like, that shit not a music tool. That's just a tool for like entertainment or whatever you want to say. But this is interesting though, because it's a part 2, the vice versa. What's an older artist that would thrive in the social media era? My first reaction, I ain't gonna lie, was like Tupac, bro. He would definitely gone viral. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I'm gonna sound like a young hating ass nigga. I don't think so. I've never found Tupac interesting.
But it's just the bad boy, not actual literal Diddy bad boy, but it's just his perception,
the persona, and everything.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's like I feel like that would have gone crazy on social media.
I say Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes, Ludacris.
Can you imagine Busta Rhymes having to come up in this era and just be like rapping onto his phone, bro? Like,
yeah, so crazy.
Just the idea that is like, damn, that's sad. But
It
also
is.
like he would murder shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Fact, especially with like that fast rap shit, like
Yeah.
that would just catch the internet.
Or like a Twista or something, like somebody that can speed rap.
And also like his visuals, like Busta Rhymes' visuals were always like crazy as fuck. Like, oh shit, what the fuck's going on? And that would definitely carry through like the content creation era that we're in right now.
Yeah. And I feel like maybe even somebody like an earlier Eminem that says some crazy shit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That shit would go crazy on social media.
Eminem for sure.
And then if you think like producer wise, like I feel like somebody like Jay Dilla could blow up on social media now, just like people tuning in and seeing what he is actually doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Kanye for sure.
Yeah, exactly. For sure.
Yeah. Just to see that. Because like I feel like a lot of the producers, I feel like earlier, we still got it now, but like in earlier days, producers were just as much stars as the artists.
Right.
More than today.
Right.
I feel like it's so many people today that do it that it's not as, I don't think the producer is as valued as it was before.
Right. That's why you'll have a 12-song project with 12 different producers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Back then it was like the one producer gonna do the whole shit. Yeah.
Facts.
But
So I'm thinking like the Timbaland, like all those different people that had a staple sound. Pharrell,
yeah.
they have staple sounds that made them who they were. To see that documented like on the internet, social media wise, that would be crazy for them. I feel like they would carry for sure.
So so I think like what we're saying is like for the producers, it's the ones that can actually like bring some crazy like original chop, but also like, some kind of beats that you haven't heard. And I say the chops because like people gravitate to like what they know. And so that's why I feel like somebody like a Jay Dilla or something flipping samples that people know into new hits is like going to be popular. And then it's the rappers that are very fucking like precise with it, I feel like we're saying, or like the ones that will say some crazy shit at the same time. Like, I don't know, that I'm just picturing shit that I see on social media now and it'd be shit like that.
Yeah.
So those people would have thrived in that shit.
100%.
Who's an artist that you think, this ain't even one of the questions, I'm just asking now, who do you think would like not be able to make it now? You said Pac, you don't think would be able to make it?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know how people are now. Like the social media is like the younger people are running that.
Yeah.
And I don't think they would receive that shit like that now. Right now.
Right.
At that time, of course, 100%. I think that shit worked for him. But like now, I don't think it would be something that people catch on to like that. I don't know.
I mean, not to gas up what Yachty said and shit, but if you literally like plucked some of these 80s rappers and dropped them into today, their lyrical ability would be fucking, people would not be fucking with it.
No, facts for sure.
Now, it's hard to say that. That's like saying, let me drop Wilt Chamberlain into today's game. He ain't gonna drop 100. But I don't know. If you gave those people the same, like, if they was just artists in today's game instead of saying necessarily their music in today's game, you know what I'm saying? Who could thrive or not? I don't know. But like them 80s rappers, ain't no way lyrically they would be absorbed today.
Yeah, facts. 100%.
And I don't like gassing up what Yachty said when he said that shit. Wasn't he the one that was like the hippie to hip hop?
Yeah,
it's
facts.
like, yeah, obviously that shit ain't hitting today, but like everything had to start somewhere. So
for sure.
But yeah, I don't think them 80s rappers would make it today. Like for real. All right. This is another interesting one. Name an old rapper and a new rapper that would make a perfect duo. That's an interesting one.
What you think?
It depends. Is this just gonna be like purely a rap duo, or my first thing my mind started going to was like, who's making the beats and shit? Is like they making the beats too? You know what I'm saying?
Old rapper and a new rapper.
shit, because a lot of old rappers we still see out here working anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Lil Waynes, the T.I.s.
I think like a Tyler the Creator and Busta Rhymes would be
okay.
fire
That's a good answer. I like that.
That would be different.
That would be
like
fire
that.
as fuck.
Mm.
That would be hard as fuck.
My mind was trying to pair up Jay-Z with somebody, but I don't know who.
Like a Jay-Z with a newer artist?
Yeah, like a Jay-Z, maybe J. Cole.
But they both older artists.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like if we say like we did on that other question, it's like an artist that came out within the last 3 years.
Okay, for sure.
Or like popped in the last 3 years. You know what I'm saying?
You know, like a Eminem and Lareezy, maybe. I don't know if you've tapped into Lareezy.
Lareezy's hard.
Lareezy hard.
Yeah.
That'd kind of be hard. It'd be different.
Yeah. Eminem plus Lareezy?
Mm-hmm.
That would be different. I would want to know what the fuck they was going to rap about.
Yeah, but I think they both just have like this very kind of like whimsical kind of style.
Yeah.
That might work.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out who would you pair up Doechii with?
Doechii? Damn. Honestly,
Doechii and like Snoop Dogg.
that's exactly what was in my head with
Yeah.
Snoop. I didn't want to say it though because I was like, am I tweaking? But like, they both have the same energy. You know what I mean? Like this presence. I feel like they can make some dope shit.
Doechii and Snoop Dogg.
Especially if it was like, if we're taking the older artists, you know, old shit with the new shit, you know what I mean? Like some old Snoop with that.
Yeah.
That might go crazy.
Yeah, go crazy.
Yeah. I like that answer. I like the Busta Rhymes and Tyler the Creator.
Yeah,
that's a good
the one
answer.
that came to my mind first.
That's a good answer. Because I'm trying to think like, I feel like you would need like not like a louder artist, but like a, you know, like a brighter, shining artist, like a Busta Rhymes to work with today's music. Because today's music is so much more forward now. Because all these other artists I'm thinking of, the rappers especially, it's like you go in the 90s and shit and they chill as fuck. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
Facts.
I mean, unless you went and did like a DMX with a Tyler the Creator or something.
I think you go DMX with like a Schoolboy Q. Might be hard.
That might be hard.
Ooh, I found it. Freddie Gibbs and Jay-Z.
Oh, that would be hard.
Freddie Gibbs and Jay-Z would be fire.
That would be hard.
Yeah.
Shit, that might come to existence one day regardless.
No, facts, 100%.
What about like some Big X and like Outkast or something?
Big X and like 3-6 Mafia.
That would be good. That would go crazy.
Yeah. That'd be hard as fuck.
Yeah. Some Glorilla and some 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah.
Keep it regional.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That'd be hard.
You think Sexy Red and Nelly could do a collab?
Low key, yes. I think it would work. That would be hard, low key.
All right. This is a good one. What song instantly puts you in a good mood no matter what?
Strike, Lil Yachty.
Damn, you answered that quick as fuck.
Every time I'm pissed off or I just feel like shit, I play Strike.
Yeah.
It's us. I was rolling. I was geeking. Yeah, I was high as fuck. Tweaking. That shit just do it every time. Yeah, Strike.
I would have to think because I feel like there's hella songs that put me in a good mood like when I hear them. You know what I'm saying?
What's your go-to? Like 3 or so?
Definitely like either some like popping my collar or some sipping on some scissor by some 3-6. Once I get those hi-hats going, bro, it's lit, dude. And then I don't know, I'm probably gonna stick Southern rap, maybe something like I don't know, Outkast for sure. Shit, but like a different vibe, like Spodioty Dopalicious or something. That shit can always, anything early Outkast always gonna
For sure.
make me feel
With
good.
that good mood.
Yeah. And then shit on some more turn shit. You know what? I haven't listened to it in a while, but we was just talking about it the other day. That Drake and Future album, bro. You put that shit on, I'm gonna go crazy.
What is it?
Big Rings.
Yes. What's the name of the project?
Diamonds.
What a Time to Be Alive?
Is it What a Time to Be Alive?
I think it's What a Time to Be Alive with the diamonds on the cover.
The diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a
I
lit-
think that's
that
what
was
it's
a lit
called, but that
project.
project was hard as fuck.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
for
fun.
sure.
But you put anything on from that, I'm gonna get lit.
Get turned.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that Strike from Lil Yachty for sure. This might sound crazy, but like almost anything, maybe not anything, but something from the Blue Lips project from Schoolboy Q.
Yeah.
That shit.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Man, what's the name of that song? Fuck, it's from Travis Scott. For this life I cannot change. It in hills. Butterfly Effect.
Yeah.
Butterfly Effect.
Yeah.
That song for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. I like those. What's that one Travis Scott song that always turns me up too? Antidote. That shit hard.
Antidote.
Yeah, that shit hard.
Oh God.
That's like, see, there's hella songs that like put me in a good mood. You know what I mean? It's just also depends what kind of good mood I need. If I'm like down and I need a boost, that's gonna be different than the song I'm putting on just to make me feel lit, get the party going. You know what I mean? Those are different shit. Might throw on something older for, for different vibes. I also listen to like a lot of old rock and heavy metal and shit too. So I might throw on some Ozzy or some Black Sabbath for a different vibe.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm just looking for something to like relax and kick a couple beers to, I might put on some Ozzy or something. You know what I'm saying? Like something that's just a little different.
Yeah.
Energy.
I feel it. It's like lately, like that Father of Peace group that we were talking about, the one that always got the content, that song they got, Bluish, that song too always put me in a good mood.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
Just because I seen it so much, like the way they was milking it on the Instagram when it finally came out, I'm like, oh yeah, this is it. I need it.
Hell yeah. All right. What's a song that you wish you produced or engineered?
Hmm.
I'll say for me, I wish I would have engineered anything off the Fall Off. Because I thought that shit sounded so fucking good, dude. Like,
J. Cole shit?
yeah. Like, say what you want about like the music and shit, but I thought the mixing was fucking crazy good.
I gotta go back and listen again. I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
I didn't get to pay attention to it that much. I need to. But I would, a song I wish I produced, mixed, all that shit, All I Want for Christmas. Because nigga, I be, hey, nigga.
Every year it's coming around.
Every year I'm collecting that check.
All I do is get a holiday bonus, bro.
Me.
That's a good idea. I didn't think of it something like that. You thinking strategically.
Yeah. Me,
Yeah,
I wish I produced that joint.
Yeah.
But on some, like, just some, sonically, I wish I would have produced Gunna's debut album. That Wanna.
Yeah.
That song re-inspired me with like beats and music and
Yeah.
I mean that album
Yeah.
re-inspired me with that shit.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Every once in a while I'll hear a mix that's just like fucking crazy and it's like, damn, like, I don't know. Sometimes as a mixer, bro, it's like you'll start to hear some shit that you ain't ever noticed before. So then it's like, okay, I feel like my hearing just leveled up a little bit. So that's now I'm gonna be better at mixing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not always about just like trying a new plugin or trying a new technique. Sometimes your hearing might just like be like, I'm hearing shit that I didn't hear before. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden my ears are extra sensitive than they were before to 400 hertz. And I realized that all my mixes before this have had too much of that in it.
Yeah,
some shit like that, you know what I mean? So that's what I really feel like when I hear great mixes. It's like, okay, how does this sound compared to what I do? And like, how can I get better? And for me, that new Fall Off album was just like, the vocals sounded so fucking clean and loud, but like no distortion or anything. They were just so smooth, bro.
Yeah.
And then the beats had like so much punch, but they were tight and clean at the same time. Or even like when we were watching that mix with the Masters with Baines and he did that Future and it was Young Thug and who was the other one on that? It was Young Thug and T Grizzly?
No, it was Big As the Plug and T Grizzly, I thought.
Either way.
One of the two.
It was Baines.
No, it was J. Cole and T Grizzly.
And, oh yeah, that song was crazy. Okay, another J. Cole mix. Yeah. It's like the mixing, I'm just like, okay, this is like undescribably tight and full and fat and clean all at the same time.
Facts.
And so, I don't know. that's when I hear shit like that J. Cole shit. I'm like, damn, I gotta get better. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. One for me is the recent Jack Harlow project.
Yeah.
Sonically, I just think that shit sound very consistent and clean. I just like the way the melodics. I don't know. Everything just sound like it just going like this. Like everything was just wavy and still had punch and everything the whole way through. It almost sounded like the whole album was just one song. With
Right.
like different messages, different like chapters and shit like that. Like it just sound seamless almost.
And there is something to say about that consistency from front to back on a project, especially in the streaming era where it's like, for the guys that are doing this like us, it's like it's hard to tell what streaming is going to do to your fucking song when you 100%. Put it on there. And it's like I might go through a project and one song is a dB and a half or 2 dB louder than the next song, or at least perceived.
Fact.
And it's like there's something to be said about the consistency in everything from front to back on a project now.
For sure.
Now the Jack Harlow project, did you think every aspect of it was good, or just the instruments or the vocals?
Production and engineering wise, I think every aspect it sounded really good to me.
Yeah.
For sure. Vocally, like the execution, I feel like they could have found better. Some of them songs, like I think we both said that like his vocal wasn't the best for that shit.
Yeah.
But the execution of it just was cool, like the mixing production.
Well, that's why I asked, because I thought like the production and the instruments sounded fucking amazing. Then the vocals, I thought like just left a little bit to be desired for me in the mix. I need to listen again. That's only off one playthrough in the studio. And so I need to go listen again. Who knows? Maybe I'll listen to the car and be like, nah, this shit's gas. You know what I mean? But that's why also we shouldn't judge a fucking project off one playthrough.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like give it a couple playthroughs. Hey everyone, Code Red here. If you like the way this podcast looks and sounds, it's filmed on location at Code Red Productions. We handle all your audio needs for music, commercials, and podcasts. You can find us on Instagram or Facebook at Code Red Productions KC, or visit our website, coderedproductionskc.com. We'll see you here. Back to the show. Speaking of mixing though, what song do you use to test speakers or a mix? I guess when they say test a mix, they mean like
a reference track.
Yeah, something like that.
I got a couple.
Yeah.
Time Today, Moneybagg Yo. Especially if it's like some hip hop shit. I'm looking at my wrist, I got time today. I just like the way that shit sound.
Yeah.
That one. Smoke, Victoria Monet. Those two for sure.
Now, those are your reference tracks, or those are your like system check songs?
System checks, just so I know. I say Time Today for system check.
Yeah.
For sure. Just to know where the vocals sit. And I like the way the vocals sit on that song. So if I listen to it on some speakers, I know like, okay, this is what these speakers doing. Like this is what this room kind of sounds like with this song. I'd probably say Smoke is more so reference a lot more when I'm mixing.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I think like I came up doing like a lot of live sounds. So I have like some different kind of reference tracks for system testing. So like I like to use like some Steely Dan shit, like something off Asia or something by Steely Dan, which is like just super clean 70s like R&B rock stuff. The mixing is just like so clean though, like the best of that era. And then maybe like I usually throw something on there like some Owner of a Lonely Heart by Yes. That will like, I can really hear like detail and clarity like in the highs and shit with a mix like that. And then usually like Hella Good by like No Doubt.
For sure.
Like the low end on that is just so fucking clean, and the drums, when the drums come in, just it's like Billie Jean is like, or Billie Jean's a good test one too.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people test with that.
Yeah, I used to test with Beat It.
Yeah.
The engineer I used to work with, Jaden, he used to always play Beat It, and I picked that up. At first, I would always listen to Beat It just to see what the speakers sound like. But like a lot of Michael Jackson mixes, I'd say definitely for like speaker testing and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like Remember the Time, that for sure.
Yeah. When it comes to reference mixing though, I always reference that Gunna Fuck You Mean I just like how saturated they got that motherfucker, and it's still like good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just like crazy saturated. And then for loudness, I like to use Meg Thee Stallion. Anything off that last album she did. Because Source is her mixer, and he gets that shit loud as fuck, dude.
Yeah. With reference for me, sometimes it kind of just depends on the nature of the song.
Definitely.
Like, I try to find something that fits in that same kind of realm or whatever project or single song I'm mixing on.
Yeah, I definitely will say if I'm mixing like a female artist or a female rapper, that's when I'll most likely reference that Meg shit. And then if I'm usually mixing like an auto-tune melodic rapper, that's when I'll reference that Gunna shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or if I'm kind of mixing something that's like, you know, shimmery, shiny production, I might go reference like that First Class Jack Harlow. You know what I mean? Something like that. Shit that's just like super clean but open production. Shit like that.
Lately, I've been, for some of these last few mixes I've been working on, I've been referencing like To Pimp a Butterfly or GNX.
Yeah.
Definitely GNX.
Like for your shit,
For my shit, who was I referencing for my shit? I'm just talking about with GNX and To Pimp a Butterfly, I'm just talking about people that I've been mixing for just in general, like Ashan or TC or somebody like that.
Yeah, definitely if it's like some hip hop purist shit, definitely we'll reference some Kendrick because that's the benchmark right now. You know what I mean? For what that genre is.
For me, I feel like I was referencing like some Silk Sonic and like the Lil Yachty project with what's it called? Let's Start Here.
Yeah.
That like soft rock kind of album he did.
Yeah. Was that the one that had like the faces on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably say Silk Sonic and that Lil Yachty project for sure.
Shit, you might throw that new Jack Harlow on the reference then too if you were saying you liked it, you know?
Facts.
All right, next one. Do home studios hurt or help pro studios?
If it was a good home studio, it helped.
Right.
I would say.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of good home studios.
Yeah. As somebody who had a home studio for years, I have no problem with home studios.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
The only time I have a problem with home studios is it where it becomes a problem of, you know, I have a home studio because it's cheap and then I want to send my stuff to the studio to get saved. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah, for sure.
I have a problem with home studios in that case because, like, if you're not investing in yourself from the get-go, like, it's not going to save you down the line.
Yeah, facts.
So, go ahead.
Like, the execution of the project got to be good before you send that mug to go get mixed or touched by somebody else.
And it's like, if you're going to have a home studio, it depends what the function of it is going to be. Okay, if you're going to have a home studio and this is what you're recording in your home setup is what is going to be the recording for your final release, then you need to at least take the steps to ensure that you can get a quality recording or know what it takes to get a quality recording.
Facts.
And you need to, that includes knowing what your mic can do, what your interface can do, you know, sound treatment if you need it, which you most likely do. Because all that shit adds up, right? Like to the quality of your recording. So I would say when we say home studio, I definitely mean more than just a microphone, interface, laptop setup. You definitely should know at least in some sense how to get a decent recording if you're going to be a home studio.
Sure.
But I don't think they hurt pro studios. We still do our thing nonstop up here with artists that come to us to do it for them. Not every artist wants to know how to record because that's a whole nother skill set you have to develop. And I'm not one of the people that advocates. There's a lot of artists that do. I'm not a person that advocates that artists need to know how to record themselves. I don't necessarily think that's like a mandatory skill you need to have. Now, can it help you out in certain situations? Obviously, that doesn't even need to be explained. But I don't think like artists that aren't going to invest the time into making that part of their skill set shouldn't be recording themselves. I don't think.
For sure.
Yeah.
I advocate for it if you're a newer artist and you're trying to find your sound, you don't necessarily know what that should sound like. That's why I advocate for it, because that's how I found my sound, just trying shit on my own without being in a room with nobody.
Yeah.
And then for artists that always have ideas that they want to get out and they can't get to a studio now, or you can't afford a studio, or the studio's not available at 3 o'clock in the morning when you call somebody, you have it so that you can go do it, lay it down. The idea doesn't go dormant.
Right.
There's been tons of times like I'll have an idea in my head and now it's nowhere because I wasn't able to get it recorded right then and there. Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, then that comes back to what I said is like, what's the point of your studio?
Yeah, facts.
If your studio is to make demos and capture ideas, then by all means get busy.
Mm-hmm.
But if your home studio is for the purpose of this is my recording that I'm going to release, learn a little bit about what the fuck you're doing.
There should be some more care put into the curation of what you got at your crib.
Yeah. All right. This one. If your friend makes trash music, you telling them?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I'm always going to be like, I'm always give constructive criticism.
Right. It got to be constructive.
Now, if we really locked in, like, I'm going to be like, no, this shit hella ass. Like, the people that, like, I make music with on the daily.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to be like, no, that's not it. It's not what I fuck with. But if it's like, if my friend, like, I'm going to tell them what they can do better.
Yeah.
Not going to knock nobody's dream of what they doing. I'm just tell you everything you can do better.
Yeah. Facts. I feel the same way. It's like, and it's like he said, like, what's our relationship? Because if we like locked in, I can be like, I ain't feeling this either. Like, I don't fuck with this beat, bro. You know what I mean? You can say that shit.
Facts.
And like, if it's somebody you're just like maybe starting a relationship with, or like you guys don't usually like give each other critique, advice like that, and they're asking your opinion, like you said, like I just let them know what I think they can do better. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'll make sure you got to lead sometimes with a compliment. So like you can be like, yo, I really fuck with how you ended the verse, but like the hook need to come in better.
Yeah.
Shit like that, you know what I mean? Or like the hook need to relate back to this, or like something. You should switch the flow right here. I like the flow you have, but like it's right here, you should switch it. Shit like that. Like it's all about this is part of being a producer too. You gotta know how to talk to artists at all times anyway. And like you gotta be able to know like what's your relationship with them. So like some artists in the studio recording, I'll be like you said, like, let's run that back, bro. That was not it. Let's run it back. And some artists be like, what do you think about that? I feel like you could do it a little bit better. You know what I mean? But how'd you feel about it? You know what I mean? Shit like that. You just gotta know how to talk to artists as a producer.
Sure. And I feel like that's like something that sometimes get lost, knowing how to communicate to each other about the song, or as an artist knowing how to let go of control of the song sometimes. Let your producer and engineer guide you a little bit more sometimes.
Yeah. And sometimes, you might try to give that advice and they'll be like, no, I like it the way it is. Then that's just what it is. You know what I mean? It's their music at the end of the day. So you do what you can, but you can't, if they only open as, as much as they are, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. This kind of relates to that though. How long does it take to build chemistry with a new artist?
For me, I'd probably say it's like, depending on the artist, it could be like after the first song. Like sometimes it just be instant. Like, okay, I get it. Most I probably say it'd probably be like, and this is just being for real, if it's a difficult artist, probably like 2-3 sessions.
Yeah.
If it's a difficult artist to work with, 2 or 3. But usually it just be like after that first song or the first session, it'd be cool, And then we just flowing. We know how to make this shit happen. It's just because like realistically, as an engineer, like the job is the same for every song. It just depends on what the song needs, and once you know like where they're trying to take that song, it's not that hard to be like, okay, boom, this is what I need to do.
Right.
This is how we need to work.
Yeah. I heard this one guy say one time, get it in a song or you don't belong. And I'm like, that seems kind of harsh, but it is kind of true.
Facts.
Because it's like, there's a couple aspects of it. First of all, like what kind of music do they make? You know what I'm saying? Because if I got my pulse on what they trying to do to begin with, we already gonna lock in. You know what I'm saying? We're already gonna be in sync. And then, that first song, a lot of the times if it's a brand new artist, I've never worked with them, that first song, I got to find out how they work. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody works differently.
For sure.
He or she might try to one take from front to back that bitch.
Yeah.
Another artist might be punching in, not even tell you, do a line. Okay, boom, boom, boom. I'm already recording again because I took them 2 seconds to realize that's what you want to do. Now we in lock and step. You know what I'm saying? And then also the other part of it is artists got to see how you work. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they might not be used to engineers or producers that can work as fast as you, or they might be used to a different producer that, you know, maybe they was a little more like they could play keys, so they was a little more tuned into a melodic than you or some shit like that, or they didn't whatever aspect it might be, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But like you said, like usually in the process of that first song, you can figure all this shit out. You know what I'm saying? And then especially for me, generally speaking, like the number one thing a lot of people say they fuck with me for is like how fast I am on Pro Tools and shit. So it's like once they can realize like what they're able to do now because of what I can do, we locked in. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's one of the things that like me and you both like kind of sets us apart is the speed. Like some people are so used to taking so long, like on a song that's like we'll be in a session, we're like, damn, we did 4 songs in 4 hours. I'm like, yeah, we did. Cause just like people, you just gotta know how to just stay on your toes. Cause what I always tell people, like even when I be teaching class, the job of us is to just make sure that they can get their idea out as quickly as possible so they can move on to the next one because they got so many ideas in their head already as a creative that we should just be able to make their experience fluid.
Right. Like it shouldn't be any hiccups in them getting that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the quicker you can get it out for them is like what you were saying earlier, like them ideas will disappear. So the quicker you can make them happen, the more likely they are to manifest everything they wanted to happen. And there isn't the other side of this, like you said maybe 2 or 3 sessions for like an artist that's maybe like a little more standoffish. It's like that can happen too. It's like, what's your role? Is my role just to like record this shit and like you tell me what the fuck we're doing? Or is my role to give input and feedback and like help you produce the vocal or whatnot? Because if it's the first one where it's like my job is to just record this shit, that might take a couple sessions to build chemistry before we can both trust each other and each other's input on what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Because some guys don't want your input. They just want to do next song. You know what I mean? Like
sometimes I don't want to give input.
Facts.
Honestly, like sometimes like, it's just sometimes you just don't. That's not the job that you're in right now.
Right.
You know, it's the engineer.
Yeah. Like sometimes I'm just going to keep it a band. If the artist's not good, bro, like I don't care about the feedback. I'm just trying to get through the session. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't matter to me what I think about the song. Does that make sense?
For
like,
sure, 100%.
Like I'm just trying to get to the next song and the next song so I can get you up out of here and you're happy.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Try to get you your product.
That's why I lead so much too with artists is, do you like it? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I care about. Do you like it? Like some artists, they be overly valuing your input. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what do you think, Code Red? And it's like, I think it's cool. And they like, oh man, nah. You know what I mean? So it's like, but it's the first time I'm hearing it, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Some people come to the studio for the validation, and that's kind of where they fuck up. Like you should already. If you don't think that your song is good and you don't know that your song is good, coming to the studio to ask somebody else to say it ain't gonna change the nature of it. You know?
Right. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And like honestly, that can hinder some chemistry if you overly dependent on the producer or the engineer's opinion, because now it's hard to build with you because now it's all falling back on me every time. Does that make sense? Like music is a team game and sometimes everybody got to do a little bit to pick up the slack. You know what I'm saying? All right, couple more. What artist had the biggest influence on you growing up?
I'll probably say, like, just as a kid, I'll probably say 50 Cent, Eminem, for sure. 50 Cent, Eminem, Kanye.
I'm right there with you with Eminem and 50 Cent. Eminem was like the first rapper I like idolized.
Same, yeah.
And then like from 50 Cent and Eminem, I found out about Dr. Dre. And then that's the one, like in my teenage years, up until I started doing this in my 20s, I was like, that was the guy that I looked at as like God of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So definitely like, but like artist wise, like Eminem was the first one that was like, that's what I want to be. This guy's amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Like I was listening to like 50 Cent and Eminem. But then when I was in high school, that's when I watched Straight Outta Compton, which opened my mind like, oh shit, somebody make the beat. So that's when I picked up on like Dr. Dre. And I just started listening to everything that he worked on, everything that all his accolades, beats, pills, and iTunes, all this other shit. I'm like, oh snap.
Yeah.
He's the one that's kind of behind a lot of this shit.
Yeah, facts. There was one other artist I was gonna say. Oh, what the fuck was I gonna say? Must have not been that good. But yeah.
Kanye too, for sure.
Kanye. I kind of don't feel like I was as influenced by Kanye. Like when he was, I don't know. It's weird for me because like Kanye was something I listened to like 10 years after the fact. I'm not going to lie. Like obviously I saw the shit like on MTV, right? I saw like, you know, Touch the Sky and Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger and all that shit on MTV and thought it was awesome. But like I never really dived into his albums like that back then when they was coming out. That's something I went back and listened to later. So I can't say that influenced me as much as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Kanye introduced me to like the world of like the song might not be done on that first version of it. Because at first I didn't like Kanye at first. I didn't like his music. He not that hard. He not cool like that.
Yeah.
All my friends and my teacher like, bro, you tripping. So I went back, I listened to College Dropout. I'm like, oh, this is actually like hella fire. Like this is dope. The production is dope. What he's talking about is really fire. But then I discovered his mixtapes that he had leading up to that, all the freshman, what's it called? Freshman Adjustments. He had like a series of mixtapes. I'm sitting here listening to them. I'm like, bro, these are hard. But some of them are like the same songs that are on the College Dropout. They're just like demos or different. They might have switched the beat, might have switched the vocalist on it. He might have recorded it a different way. So I'm like, damn, like he's working this song until it's at this point that he really wants it. So that's kind of why I started liking Kanye, just because he just went through so many renditions of songs and just different beats that he had no choice but to make something fire.
It's crazy because like I was listening to more stuff that he produced for other artists without knowing it was him than I was listening to him. Does that make sense? Like, and so like all these classic songs I can go back like over the last like, you know, 10, 15 years where I've really been doing this producing shit, going back and looking at credits every time I think a song's dope. It's like fucking Kanye again, bro. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. You don't even realize. And then you listen to it again, you're like, obviously that's fucking Kanye.
Yep. That's like me with Pharrell.
Yeah.
Like, that No Doubt shit, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I didn't know that was Pharrell.
Yeah.
A lot of, all right, you're gonna be all right. I didn't know that was Pharrell.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then it's like you said, like obviously, nigga,
obviously
like,
it is.
Like, why did I not put that together for sure?
And I guess like sometimes that's like that's the job of a good producer is like you don't know it's him, you know it's that artist. You know what I mean? And so like I think I saw like it was like Rick Rubin and Kanye working together on I think Kanye's project, and they were unsure about a song on there. And Rick Rubin was telling Kanye, it's like, listen, if it sounds like it could go on a different artist project, then it's not a Kanye project song. Does that make sense? Like only shit that sounds only like Kanye needs to go on a Kanye project.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the difference in the production is like, yeah, obviously that sounds like a Kanye beat or that sounds like a Pharrell beat, but it's like, but it also sounded like those artists. You know what I mean? It didn't sound like them.
For sure.
But it's going to have their stamp on it still. You know what I'm saying? All right, last one. What trend in music are you ready to see disappear?
Interesting.
Yeah. I'll say for me, I'm already tired of the rapping in camera with the lyrics on social media, bro. It's already burnt for me. We got to figure out what's next.
I was finna say like the one mics and shit.
Yeah.
That shit.
I feel like the one mics have already kind of died a little bit. Like,
but now everybody trying to make a different version of it still, I feel like.
Definitely.
Trends in music.
I'm glad the sexy drill isn't still as hot as it was like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Facts. YouTube beats that trend.
Yeah.
But at the same time though, like I'm not too mad at the YouTube beats, especially like if you actually know the nigga. Like Ashawn, he'll be working with this one producer, but he knows him personally, and like it's a different relationship. But if you just cycling through stuff, just YouTube beat, that. Now this one right here, this is more so like just in music creation in general, not necessarily a music trend, but like having all these people in the studio and everybody in the studio has to be on the song.
Yeah.
That is just just because you ain't here don't mean you need to touch this mic.
Some group sessions, dude, I know coming in, it's like it's going to be a shit show because everybody's going to be trying to get on every song, bro. Mm-hmm. And it's just nothing cohesive is going to come from that.
Facts.
Especially when they're all freestyle rappers. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, not everybody needs to get on every song. I wish like if I had like my own collective where I was like Dre or like something like that and I could pick who was going on which song, you know what I'm saying? That would be fire. Or some RZA shit with Wu-Tang. Like, no, I want this person on this one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then these two on this one. And fuck it, this dude getting a solo song. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That would be hard as fuck. But definitely, not everybody needs to get on the damn song.
Yeah.
For sure. I definitely wasn't, I feel like it wasn't really a trend, but we were seeing it. It was like when everybody was like sampling like the 2000s shit, but they was just like copying and pasting it in there. Basically, it wasn't even like a flip. It was just like
putting the same thing on
the
top
same
of it.
thing.
Switch the drums a little bit or something.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, got to get more creative than that with the flips. But mostly for me, it's like the social media content. Like a year and a half ago, that shit was popping if you could be consistent with it. But now it's been flooded to the point where it's like somebody do something different. Like T-Pain, bro. Somebody do something different. Because everybody's doing the same thing.
For sure.
Yeah. But at the same time, the double-edged sword because you better be doing something.
Yeah.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? So
gotta make some shake.
Yeah. But somebody make a next trend. You know what I'm saying?
You know?
Let's see something new. All right, bro. Them questions was deep. What you think?
Smooth. They got
some of y'all asked some good questions. I ain't gonna lie, yo. But shit, that's it, man. Let's get out of here.
Let's wrap it up.
That's it for us. At TraKCouts. At We Got One Scorp. Scorp, you good?
We good. We chilling.
All right, man. TraKCouts bouncing out, y'all. Peace.